In this video, I go through a shoulder cooldown routine you can do right at home or at the end of your workout to undo a lot of the stress of prolonged sitting. After a long day of gaming, especially with rounded shoulders and a slouched posture, we can develop some tightness in our shoulders, especially in the front if we are tilted forward. And after an extended workout at the gym, we also might develop stiffness, which can affect how we move. And if we just jump right into sitting in front of the PC for an extended period of time, that can really lead to some adaptive changes that can increase the risk of our pain. So we're going to be going over 5 exercises that you can do to make sure that you keep your shoulders healthy and you can play more and hurt less. Also, if you haven't already, I've been doing this for a while and it would really help me if you subscribe to my channel so I can help more gamers stay healthy and learn how they can be a better version of themselves. This first exercise is known as the bent over plate external rotations, and it targets the rotator cuff muscles. So the muscles that you utilize when you're using shoulder aiming when you game. Typically with lower sensitivity, lower DPI, for larger angle movements, you're going to be using these muscles. So you want to make sure that you have the endurance or capacity to handle them. In order to do this exercise, all you're going to be doing is assuming the quarter squat position, making sure your hips, your mid back, and your neck are in a straight line, tucking your chin, keeping your stomach tight, and then maintaining about a fist distance between your torso and your elbows, and then rotating out and coming back, rotating out and coming back. And what you're going to be doing is just moving to about 60 to 70 degrees of external rotation and feeling it along that rotator cuff area. Maintaining your shoulder position during this exercise activates the middle and lower trap as well as the serratus, which are key for your posture. For this exercise, you can use plates if you're at the gym, or books or something light at home. And you're going to be performing 3 sets of 12 so we can work on endurance as well as basic control. If you feel like you can do more, that's great as well, as long as you're maintaining that shoulder position. This next exercise is the progression or the next level of difficulty for the bent over external rotation. It's called the external rotation and reach exercise. Just like the previous exercise, it also targets the rotator cuff, but it challenges it at different angles of movement, along with that reaching component, which targets that middle and lower trapezius, especially as you get further overhead, working towards that lower trap activation. And by doing this exercise, it can really help you maintain that upright shoulder set back position if you're trying to hold that for an extended period of time while you game or during any other functional movement throughout the day. To perform this exercise, start in that straight elbow position, bring your elbows back, rotating upwards, then you reach up overhead while maintaining your shoulder position the whole time. Reverse that movement and bring it back to the beginning. And you're going to be performing between 8 to 10 repetitions for 3 sets. And again, we want to build up that control, build up that endurance over time. So start with a weight where you feel like you can perform between that range of reps. This next exercise is called Loaded Around the Worlds, and it is a mobility exercise targeting the mid-back as well as a lot of the muscles around the shoulder and shoulder blade that are going to help you really feel like you're unlocking your shoulders. To perform this exercise, you're going to need a light dumbbell or a book if you're at home, and you're going to start on your side, and you want to make sure that the knee that's on top is in contact with the ground, and that stabilizes the lower body so that we can really target our mid-back or our thoracic spine as we're going around the world, as you can see here. And you want to make sure that the weight or the dumbbell is not touching the ground at all, and you're trying to draw as big of a circle as you can. And as you're performing this, you might feel it in your mid-back or your pec or your lat or even your teres major, but you're going to be feeling that stretch as you really extend all the way throughout this entire circle. You're going to be performing this exercise for 3 sets of 5 repetitions, with 1 repetition representing 1 clockwise and 1 counterclockwise rotation, meaning you're going to be doing 15 reps on each side, or a total of 30 circles on each side. Here we have the 3-way loaded open books, and it's very similar to the Around the World in that it targets your mid-back and also targets upper extremity mobility, but it also incorporates some strength for your rotator cuff muscle. So the way that you're going to be performing this exercise is similar to what you were doing before. You're going to lie on your side, grab that dumbbell or book, and you're going to move along 3 lines of motion, keeping that dumbbell floating the entire time, from side to side, from bottom to up, and then from up to down. Again, making sure we really float the dumbbell away from the ground so that we can really strengthen in those extremes of motion. This exercise and the around the worlds are pretty much interchangeable, and you're also going to be doing them for 3 sets of 5. But if you want the extra mobility, you can do both of them together, one right after the other. This next exercise is called the prone shoulder cars, and it is one of my favorite. It targets all of the key muscles that we need to maintain our shoulder in the appropriate position, but also have strength through the extremes in our ranges of motion. We want to always be able to have access and control when we're moving through those extremes, and this exercise allows us to achieve that. And so what you need to do for this exercise is to lie down on your stomach, grab some light plates if you're at the gym, grab some light books if you're at home, or this exercise is pretty difficult, so you don't even need to use weights. You just want to end by touching your pinkies together at the top and then touching your thumbs together right behind you. And you're going to be performing this for 3 sets of 8. Because it's difficult, we want to start there and then we want to work that number up so you can eventually achieve 3 sets of 12, 3 sets of 15, but really taking the time to get to that level of endurance and control. That is all, guys. Those are 5 exercises you can do with some progressions. You have the bent over external rotation and then the bent over external rotation with the reach. You can treat those as level 1, level 2. And the second part of this is you have those mobility exercises, which the loaded open books and the loaded around the worlds. And then the last category of exercise is sort of the combined control and mobility. And so you can think of taking between those 3 and incorporating those throughout your day. And so the way that I would incorporate these is take one mobility, take the shoulder car, and maybe perform that between your games or after your gaming session, or you can perform all 3 categories after your gym session. After you've used your upper body during a push day or a pull day, when you've done some lat pull down, some bench press, so you can undo some of that stress and make sure your shoulder's still moving well at the end of your workout, so that you can get back to gaming and not feel tight when you're aiming. And so just remember that conditioning is just one part of the big 3 that we always talk about. You have your posture, your ergonomics, you have your physical conditioning, and then you have your habits and your lifestyle. Making sure that we optimize for all of those can make sure that you stay a healthy gamer. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need individualized coaching for your injuries, sleep, exercise, or nutrition, you can check out our Patreon. And of course, you can catch us live on YouTube or Twitch. Play more, hurt less.